I thought obviously it was an important game for us, for our fans, for our team, for everybody that loves Gamecock baseball. Is a very important game for us, and thought our team really responded the way you want them to. Reed Morgan set the tone from the get-go. Let the run score in the first inning, but you knew you were going to get a lot of strikes, and he was going to attack the strike zone all day, and he wouldn't give them anything. And then I thought our offense was absolutely relentless today, and that's what we want to see out of them. So great win for us. Great to win that series, and now we'll focus on the next game.
How pleased were you with your guys in terms of attacking the strike zone early and jumping on guys early in counts today?
In terms of our pitchers? Well, hitters, again, I thought our hitters were very aggressive, very relentless, but they didn't get their pitch, they let it go. And that's what good offenses do, that's what good hitters do. They're going to walk to the plate very aggressive. If you get your pitch, you let it fly. If you don't, you take it and you go get the next pitch. And I thought we did a tremendous job of that. 14 runs on 17 hits, that speaks for itself.
Mark, it seems that Reed throws the ball with great conviction. Is that always something that he's been a part of his repertoire, or is that something Skyler's worked with him on since he's been here?
No, we recruited that, and obviously you try to build on it, but we recruited him for that reason. He has great command. He throws all his pitches at the knees on a very consistent basis, which makes him really hard to square up. So he's a competitor. He has great command, and he's 90+ with the fastball, or he can add and subtract from it when he needs to, and he has that slider that can get guys off balance as well. So he's a complete pitcher.
One of their players said late last week how he thought they had a better culture and believed more and all that. Did that come up in the locker room from you to the guys, or were they talking about it or anything?
No. Probably a poor choice of words on his part. We have tremendous culture. I'll leave it at that.
What did you learn about your team this weekend?
I don't think I learned any more. It was just great to see what we think this team is capable of. It was good to see that on the big stage, probably the biggest stage. I told the guys before the game today, they had an opportunity. I said I looked at every game on the schedule all day today, and this is the place that everybody in America would want to be playing. On this field, in this stadium, this is the game that every college baseball player would choose to be playing in. They had a tremendous opportunity, and they rose to the occasion. So it's really good to see. Obviously, our offense was pretty good. I think today was our best game, and you need to play your best game when it matters most.
Mark, I know it's only your second go-around in this thing, but knowing how much it means to the state and the fans, all that already, any sense of relief or burden after to kind of break a 4-year stretch of losing in this thing?
Burden for whom?
Just kind of a sense of kind of getting the monkey off your shoulders, just a burden that maybe the program felt in losing the rivalry, knowing that it means so much to so many people in the state just to win at least 2 out of these 3 games.
Yeah, well, I said it before the weekend started. It's not pressure. It was an opportunity to play and show what we're all about, and we did that. It's about the program. It's about the people that care about the program. It's not about any one person, not any one player, any one coach. It's about the program. And it's about giving our fans something to really be proud of. And that's what we work hard every day to try to do. And I know they'll be real proud of this effort this weekend.
We'll go top right, John.
I know with TJ, or at least with your program, y'all emphasize the next game and focusing on taking the opponent the same way. But for TJ, him being a senior, his history, having committed to Monty, and did you sense anything with him over the course of the week or in the weekend that was different about him?
No, obviously he plays to win every game. He tries to have a great at-bat every at-bat. Now, after the dust has settled, is it maybe a little bit more special that he played so well on this stage? I'm sure it is. It's very important to him. It's very important to those kids from Somerville. That's why we had Sawyer Bridges close out that game. We know how important this thing is to them, and I wanted Sawyer to get that last out today. That's really important that those guys can share in that. They're very proud to be Gamecocks. They give up a lot to be Gamecocks. TJ came back for his senior year. So when it means that much to those guys, you want to put them in situations that they can really enjoy.
You lose so many pieces in the offense. How valuable have those 2 junior college transfers been in the middle of the order for you?
Tremendous. Freshmen take some time to adjust to this level, generally. Now, Brady Allen's doing a pretty nice job so far, but generally to compete at this high a level, the SEC, playing in a series like this, you need some experience, you need some strength, and having those JUCO guys come in and help us so far not to miss a beat offensively is very encouraging. And when I took the job, Coach Tanner had talked about how he thought JUCO players over the course of our history played a very important role. Steve Pierce is a great example. So that will continue to be a piece of the puzzle for us. So in this recruiting class, those guys have been extremely important so far.
I am curious, since this was a topic of discussion this week, what would you say the traits of the culture are that you try to establish, and how did that come about this weekend, seeing your team go up there Friday night and win, and then coming back after a 6-run loss yesterday today?
Yeah, well, again, you don't have to look far to know what we're all about. On our tunnel, it says play hard, play smart, and be disciplined. In our locker room, it says preparation, it says toughness, and it says discipline. And on top of that, we have a very positive mindset. We talked about having each other's back. Yesterday, for everybody that was at yesterday's press conference, what did the two guys on both sides of me say? They would have Reed Morgan's back. That's what we're all about, and that's why this is a very strong program. And it's been like that for a long time, and it always will be that way.
Seems obviously an early to ask this question, but do you have a plan, or at least think of a plan for Friday?
No. Everything's on the table. Obviously, we'll enjoy this for a little bit, but now we'll have to turn the page. We've got a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're not a perfect team yet, and we're not where we want to be. So we still have some decisions to make moving forward, especially with Carm now being out of the weekend rotation due to injury. So we're still a work in progress. It's a great weekend, but we're far from where we need to be as a complete team. So we'll continue to tweak things where they need to be tweaked so that we can continue to get better as this season goes on.
We'll go to center here with Rick.
Mark, how valuable can this series win be as far as giving you some momentum going into the rest of the season, especially with some of your newcomers?
Yeah, it's just good for them to see they can have success at the highest level. We're going to have 30 games that are an absolute bear in this league. So it's good for them to have this success on this stage. And it's confidence they need to build on. Doesn't guarantee anything moving forward. What it guarantees is that they know they can do it. And so now let's continue to learn what gave you success, how did you prepare, what allowed us to be so good today, whether it was the mindset, whether it was your attitude, whether it's what you did in batting practice. It's just a constant learning process so that we can build on it.
Here we go with Jeff and Phil.
As far as Friday night goes, I know you just answered that, but is it tempting, or will you consider at all Brett for that role, or do you not mess with him as good as he's been?
Well, everything is on the table. I will say that everything is always on the table. You do what you think is best for your team. That being said, the point you brought up is sometimes guys are so good in certain roles that you don't want to mess with it. And if you can move one or two pieces instead of three or four, a lot of times that's the way to go. But everything will be on the table. We need to dig into our statistics. We need to see who's being underutilized. We need to see who's being overutilized. And we're still going to have to give some guys some auditions to see what is the best decision long term. So be prepared for anything at this point.
Well, one more. Luke just keeps seeming to come up huge in big moments. He did it twice today. What does that say about him?
Well, it just says that he's a good player. I mean, it says he's a good player, and he was banged up this weekend. He was playing with a sore shoulder from that slide last week, and he didn't want to come out, and he caught very, very well. He was big to our offense, and he's an emotional leader. As you can see, he's got a lot of attributes that Hunter Taylor had for us last year. So as we talked about earlier, he's been a great addition.
What have the doctors told you about the prognosis for Mazinski and how long you can expect him to be out?
Yeah, minimum 4 to 6, and could be more. And again, it's such a fluky thing. If it was an arm injury, you'd have to say, well, it's definitely going to be 8 weeks or 10 weeks. But with a foot, you just don't know how that will heal. We're not going to put him in harm's way, obviously. But if his foot heals quicker than the normal human being because he's an athlete, we'll take it from there.